Hi, Melanie Muenchinger here, illustrator for Gina K Designs. Today I have another video project for you with my newest set from Gina K Designs, Fabulous Holiday Fillers. Earlier this week we had a little mini hop with the team where we showcased some of our new sets, and I made this card with some washi showing how you could use some of the belly band pieces in this particular set to create a large scallop border. Now I had done this before also with the Fabulous Frame Fillers that also has those different solid belly bands with a little pattern inside, but I did not realize until I made this card how dropping in these pattern circles really completes that illusion as if you have punched through and you've got a pattern peeking out from underneath. So I got really excited about that, and I had a lot of people write to me and say they would really like to see that in the video. So when I was working on how I could pump up this design for you, I found that if you could stamp one circle, why not stamp lots of circles and other details from those different frame fillers and holiday fillers sets. So I just love how this now looks like this is just one color here, the cherry red, and this is just white cardstock, no pattern paper. So all the stamping that you do in the one color is going to look like this is a very intricate die cut border. So I'm really excited about this project. It's very easy to do, very minimal supplies. For this project you will need the Fabulous Holiday Fillers set. Also going to be using elements from the Fabulous Frame Fillers set, one of the ovals and one of the borders. I have some cardstock. Again, this is the cherry red pure luxury, and some white, and I went ahead and stamped this on one side, and I'll show you how to get that lined up on the other side. Just two inks today, the dark chocolate and cherry red Gina K ink pads, and you're going to need some different size blocks. I've got a long block for my border, medium size blocks for those medium size elements, and then finally use the smallest block that you can find for these small elements. You'll just find it's a lot easier not to overstamp or rock the block, balancing that little image in the middle. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin by putting this belly band on the other side of this card. So I've got this on my mat here, and I don't measure anything, but I just get it centered in between some lines so you can see how the ends are hanging off just a little bit. So here's the center of this card, and I'm going to have it align across from this scallop over here. So I'll go ahead and ink it up in the dark chocolate, and I'm going to go right at the edge or just off the edge so that I don't pick up that white border, but if you do, you could just swipe the edge of your pad onto it, or you could trim it off. So don't worry too much about if you don't have it lined up completely with that edge. Okay, now, pardon if my head gets in the way, I'm trying to make sure that I have these lined up as best I can. And I always start in the middle so that the scallops will be even on the ends. You just have this one little scallop left. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and make sure I have all that ink that's off of the edges there. Now this is the really fun part when we go in with the circle, but first I'm going to add this oval, and I'm using the dashed one, but I also have that dotted one as well. So I'm just going to pop that right into the middle. So remember, these are all sized to fit that fabulous frame, so these proportions work exactly, that you can always nest that oval in between two belly bands on either side, even when you're not using the frame. Now let's go ahead and do our large circles. So I'm going to put it in the middle. I just got a little bit of ink on my thumb there, but that's okay, that'll get covered up. The middle, in the middle. Okay, and actually that's all I'm going to use the bigger one for. Let's go to the smaller one. And I just think this houndstooth, it's great for masculine cards. This one gets a little bit more feminine because of the scallops and the hearts, but you know, you could do the Christmas tree or something like that, and that would look great too. So now I'm trying to just make a little detail in each of these scallops, so I'm going to go just above and just below. So you see I kind of mimic the curve there. Put one up here. But I'm just so excited about the possibilities because I just love those great big borders. But dies can get expensive. So anything that's in one color is going to look like the paper below it, and anything that's another color is going to look like an accent on top. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull off this belly band and do my sentiment. Okay. Just center that right there. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a few little hearts to this design with the cherry red. This is my favorite Gina K ink. Just love this color so much. All right, so I'm going to just put one above and one below. And then I went ahead and I put it just lined up with this point right here on the bottom scallop to the middle so that I can add another detail above and below that with those dots. Okay, so finally I'll add just a few more of the small houndstooth ones in the brown. So I'm going to do 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and then I'll do one here, and finally one down here. And then last, I just wanted to frame up that detail in the middle. I mean, doesn't this just look like a huge lace border? So I'm going to take this dashed line, and on the original card I actually had it stop a little bit before as though it's just holes cut out, but I can also show you what it's going to look like if you just decide to go all the way up to the edge of that oval. And that might even make it a little bit easier for you to line up. See, so you don't even have to mask that. And here, and so I just look at this line right here, use the line in my block to help me line that up. But don't worry about it too much if it's a little bit off. This is handmade, homemade, and I try not to worry too much about imperfections. And there it is, quick and easy. So we'll go ahead and put just a little bit of adhesive on the back. This is just some Mono Multi by Tombow. Center that on the card front, and this is 4 inches by 5 1/4, the white matte on an A2 front. And then I also just took some little pearls, I didn't mention that at the beginning, just to the top and bottom of that oval, because I always like a little something to pop out from my card no matter how small it is. There you have it. I just love these little circles and elements, and I'm so excited about even more detailed designs that I can make with this. Please visit my blog, Hands, Head, and Heart, for more inspiration, and check out Gina K Designs for more of my stamps. Thank you for watching.